Hello, my beautiful Pisces. Welcome to your reading for the next 4 weeks. In this reading, we're going to look into the material stuff, money, financials, career, what's coming your way. By the way, this is a general reading, and if it resonates, don't forget to give it a thumbs up. And if there's something specific you would like to manifest, go ahead and hit subscribe. We're going to start with your coffee cup, then we're going to move on to your tarot and oracle. That's going to give us deeper insights when we get to there. But let's see what's coming in the coffee cup. We sometimes see names, people, places, locations. Let's see what they are for you. I see there's a person right away here. There's a woman. You can see her hair is actually flowing in the wind. Kind of looks like she's wearing this rounded, classical, maybe 1900s hats. When I zoom in, her face reminds me of like a little bit like a doggish, like a modifications are made. If you have watched The Hunger Games, and I didn't read the book, but in the movie there was actually a character, her face was turned into, I think modified purposefully into a cat, a tigress. So this kind of reminds me of that kind of energy, but I see the dog here. So this can be someone, feminine character, or maybe your female side, your feminine side, your giving, loving side is actually maybe starting to transform yourself into a lot to service. Okay, this is in your heart space. It has a light energy. I'm going to go with two meaning because it's going towards the darkness here, even though this is light. So maybe you are in service, or generally as a profession, or overall in your life doing that service, approaching everyone with the purpose of serving them. The thing is, though, this is about the 4th week timeline showing up. If you do not really draw a boundary to this, you might be going towards the dark side of this thing, okay? So being of service is a good thing, but it needs to be in an exchange position as well. You should be getting what you're putting out there as an energy. So if you're doing it freely, this can really create a gap in your energy field that can cause you to feel tired all the time, exhausted, and maybe even get angry, because even if you're doing from your heart, giving freely from your heart, it can create in your body this lack of energy, okay, because it's not getting replaced. So I feel like here within the 4th week, you see there's someone, I saw like now someone here, you see they are frowning. There are two pathways there in between, and they're thinking really hard. You're going to draw the boundary, and maybe there is someone that you're allowing to really benefit from you when it comes to materialistically, financially, or using your work, and you're not really getting compensated for that. You're drawing the boundary, and that's actually going to start something new for you, open up new pathways, maybe opportunities are going to come forth. And this person is frowning, probably the one that is actually taking from you, is going to recognize that they need to find another way. So maybe you're not really doing a favor for this person by allowing them to take everything, okay? So you're going to give them a creative approach. They're going to go down the creative pathway when you are not allowing them to take from you. I want to see, is there any letters in this person's name? Let me see a little bit closer. On this face, on the face, nose kind of looks like two slits like that, kind of like maybe letter N or H can be in their first name or the last name. I see there's S in their name, Sammy, Harry. It can be like in their name. It doesn't have to be male. I see a masculine figure, can be like a masculine female as well, okay? And what's leading you that to is like there are two different pathways opening for you here, merging into one. And I see there's other people waiting for you at the end of this pathway. You can see there's a person right there, kind of has like a little horn, maybe Capricorn here. There's a hermit, maybe a Virgo right there, in between the pathways, guiding you towards the light, okay? Let's see what's happening in the beginning of this cup right there. I see that you're starting the 1st week in a very light energy. The phone lines are forming. There's a pathway opening. And this pathway, there's someone smiling here. I don't know if this is too bright today, or my eyes are like, because I walked in the sun for an hour. That's why my eyes are not really catching it. But we have a person, kind of reminds me of like a Grinch as the face, the Grinch that Jim Carrey had like as a makeup. So This is a person that has light energy, meaning they might have the Grinch attitude, but it doesn't mean that they have negative intentions or they're going to be guiding you to negativity. So this can be someone who really has like a positive outcome when you mingle with them, when you hit the road with them or follow their pathway. There's a positive outcome, but this can be in general in nature. They might have that kind of like I don't want to say angry, but maybe irritated, because some people they're extremely loving and supportive, but they get irritated really fast. So this can be someone like this, okay? Or maybe they're on the like age wise, they're on a place now they don't really care to satisfy others. They just do themselves, okay? They just take care of themselves and they love their life. The thing is, though, it is actually going to, maybe you're going to brainstorm with this person, work with them, help them. Maybe this is some older person you're helping and taking care of. What's happening is there's like a meteor actually falling to the ground zero here, your heart space and your mind, as an inspiration when you're working with them. This can be creation or maybe an invention idea, can be even like application to a proper place that will give you maybe support for this job that you're doing. It is something shooting star, like it is coming down to earth. And then the phone lines keep going forward. So you're not only going to think about this thing and it's just going to be left there. It seems like there's a character, kind of looks like angelic, like a wide shoulders. Reminds me of a feminine character because she has a cat and a dog under, like this maybe a goat, and there's a baby under their arms. Her skirt is made out of like clouds, meaning clouds can be an air sign. This person can be a Libra, Gemini, or an Aquarius. So they have angel wings. This person is actually appearing here. They have a horse behind them too. So horse can be your wish fulfillment, or maybe this is someone who already manifested their wishes and they're coming right after you catch that shooting star. They're coming here and they have many different creatures with them. Like I saw a goat right there. There's a panda behind them, and there's also another person shooting an arrow, maybe a Sagittarius with them, and they're heading towards a pathway. So this might be a person that is going to require your services, require your help, maybe your advice before they do anything. And this idea that is coming to you can be also extremely useful during this person's process, okay? Let's see what else we have here. I see in your heart space within the first 2 weeks, you don't really have clarity about what you're doing. It's like intuitive guidance all the way. Can be even like at the moon moment here, the moon card symbolizing having mystery, because one side of the moon never sees light. I feel like you're having that kind of energy here. So, but moon doesn't mean that there's no action happening. This means that the action has been taken with intuitive guidance, with this intrinsically moving towards a certain direction, okay? So when you do that, it is actually you're heading to the pathway, and then it is the sun starts to shine here, okay? Then you start to draw your boundaries, the pathway is open. But before that, I see here, I think his name is Rodden, and I see a little R right there he's holding on to. Kind of looks like lab, I forgot the name of the device that you look into. I keep thinking stethoscope, but it's like that's the thing that the doctors use to listen to the chests. It's not that. It's something else, that lab device that you look very carefully in. But first, when I catch the glimpse of it, I saw that guy Rodin. I think Rodin. He's like sitting, his fist is on his chin and thinking, pondering about life. And I believe he has a story there too, but the moment is actually come to me here. After the pathway opens, you're not going to just jump on the pathway right away, okay? You're just going to contemplate a little bit, think of it, and then in the lab you are, your mental lab, you're going to just go deep down into it, analyze it, see the molecules and a little bit of cells and what's happening with this thing. Is this going to work out for me? And that analysis is going to bring you a result here. The result seems a little bit messy, okay? Messy in the sense of this thing that you're going to start is going to require some rearranging some things, okay? This can be rearranging if this is something, maybe you're getting promotion, and this is going to require you to relocate some people or change their positions. It can be something like that. Or we had an idea here, you're meeting with someone, maybe you're taking care of someone. It can be also, I feel like there are people here. It can maybe just opening up your own care house. That's going to require you to hire people, but this is forming number 8, and 8 connects twice, kind of looks like the symbol of eternity. So it is going to be something big. It is going to have chains and chains of growth opportunities. So that's why it requires you to organize it at first and then step into it, okay? It can be, I mentioned this in different readings as well. If you're retired, maybe you don't want to work, you just want to have support. This can be a support opportunity, but you need to, like if this is a paperwork that needs to be submitted, you need to just organize it in a proper way so it doesn't get rejected, okay? You get approval. Afterwards, I see there's a woman here again, a letter A I see coming out of their mouth. This can be someone starting anew, and she's wearing a beautiful gown with her, and she's carrying 2 massive flowers, which kind of reminded me of the flower, the sunflower that is right next to the Queen of Wands. This person can be an Aries, Leo, or a Sagittarius, and someone may be starting something that's new, and there's a number 8 right under them. This indicates their material satisfaction, eternity. They're creating something for that is going to last for a long time. But the thing is here, there's a person right there in front of them, I think blocking the path, and maybe you are the one who's always helping this person to, like I said, clean up their mess. That's why they got so far in this journey. But when you get out of the picture, they're going to be removed also. So if this is someone who wants to do business with this person, but they realize that you're the one taking care of the most of the stuff, that's going to divert their pathway, you can see, towards you, and then you head out to the new way with this person. This doesn't mean that you're going to betray someone. This doesn't, I feel like it doesn't really sit that way. If this is a person who is maybe even blocking you, saying, no, you can't do that. We don't work with these people. We don't work with them. It just discriminates. You're probably going to bypass. That's why you're going to bypass, because it doesn't really allow your compassion to go freely to others. It just, maybe they just want to hoard it. Okay. Let's dive into your saucer right away. If you have a specific question, a desire, and intention, hold it in your mind, and let's see what the answer is going to be. There was a crowd in your heart space, but it just disappeared. So it can be indicating of maybe you're dealing with crowded energies or going inside a crowd, maybe getting invited to a party. Your desire coming really fast, it seems like here. There's a clean cloud left, your crowd. There's a dog right there. This is a loyal crowd that's left. So it can be even bringing some people together to do business or like do some things for you. Some of them are not going to stick around for too long. That's why I feel like this is a good thing, because when you flip the things upside down a little bit, or maybe ask for more than you usually ask for, you're going to eliminate the parts that are not going to be there for you all the way along, okay? Your desire actually coming full circle. I don't know if you can catch that. This keeps traveling. This means that there is also a cycle is closing, a new beginning is coming. Maybe you have started a journey already, and this is coming to an end, a new journey. You're going to start a kick off to a new journey. I see number 3, which is creativity. I have here a triangle. Can be a roof for some of you if you're manifesting a new home. This can symbolize that, but first I look at it, I saw like a coat hanger. Coat hanger can be also the symbol of, towards the end of the month, there's a bear right here, a powerful character showing up. Maybe they're going to give you some space to hang your coat on a hanger and take a break from all these things at the end, like when you accomplish your desire, or when you actually get the wheels turning, when you just take first steps and push the cart and let the cart to actually take off. This is going to give you a chance to maybe rest, connect with like-minded people, put your coat on a hanger, and just take a break from the situation for a while, okay? I'm going to dive into your tarot now. If you have like a specific desire, you can focus on that one. We're going to start with what's going on with your current situation. And then we're going to jump into the rest of the stuff with the opportunities coming your way. So, yeah, focus your energy on the cards and let's see what's showing up here for you, okay? We have the Daughter of Swords. The shooting stars, you see that I saw in your cup as well. You're going to receive a lot of inspiration these times. Daughter of Swords is intellectual, well-spoken, and also creative when it comes to coming up with logical ideas that can be executed immediately. Because the younger energy is a fast energy, it can fly really fast. Another thing with the owl, though, even though Swords energy is all about logic, making the following the rule book, owl has a high intuitive guidance within themselves too. Owl symbolizes that because they're quiet. So not only you are embodying the energy of the Swords, coming up with amazing, wonderful ideas at this time, if you're focused in the moment, you're also going to cultivate that Pisces energy, that beautiful intuition of yours. It is going to speak to you very smoothly. It can be because the Swords, whenever I see it, it just reminds me of books, reading, paperwork. It might even speak to you through the books that you're reading or the things that you're listening, or maybe it's on the news paper that you're opening up. There might be some informations related to the things that you want to pursue. So keep an open mind, okay? Let's see where the opportunities are. We have the Justice. Guys, I love this. We have 2 swords already. This means that swords are symbolize, I feel like, might here, your power to execute. And the opportunities lies, this can be for some of you if you're going through a legal situation that's coming to an end, or maybe you're getting news in your favor. If this is about something about paperwork related, it is going to be working very well with you. This can also be karma coming back to you. Maybe the good deeds that you put out there in the past are going to actually start to turn into your financial opportunities, and the Justice will be favoring you. The god of Themis, the god of justice, will be actually favoring you and starting to work for you. Let's see your challenges are 4 of Wands. 4 of Wands is completing a cycle, and I feel like some of you, we saw it on your plate as well. Saucer showed us that you're completing a cycle, turning full round. And this is exactly what the 4 of Wands is. This is celebrating an ending cycle. But that can be your challenge too, because you have already completed something. Maybe you don't want to go to a new adventure. You want to rest a little bit, which is okay. We saw the coat hanger as like resting a little bit, but this time it might take a little, because we have 4 of Wands, the fast fire energy. You might have to not take your time, enjoy your time, enjoy your celebration ending, and then jump into the new beginning. Because if you dwell on that party energy, it can become your financial challenge. This can be even a party that you're hosting. If it is taking too long, it can become the challenge here too, okay? It can be a challenge because maybe it's going to have too much of expenses in there, or it can take longer than it's supposed to be, that you don't get to pursue other things that you have, the opportunities you have. Let's see how you should manage your finances within this next 4 weeks. We have 7 of Cups. 7 of Cups is a confusion moment, okay? Maybe having too many options is causing you to not being able to select anything. And how you should manage your finances, if you divide it into that, I'm going to go with 2 different meanings, because this is like a general reading. The first thing come to me, maybe you're actually spreading your energy too thin into different cups. That's why you're not really seeing any significant results when it comes to your finances. So I feel like some of you might have to gather everything together and focus your energy on one endeavor, one thing, and focus on it and make that work. Like I have my here book, Think and Grow Rich. In this book, it actually states that focused attention is a power. It's a powerful source that we have that can create anything that we want. We have the focused attention. But the thing is, if you are all spread around all over the place, it can really cause damage. Another thing here with that is, for some of you, maybe you have now you manifested good things already, and but everything's focused on one thing, and you don't really have multiple sources of income, multiple sources of support. So this can be suggesting that instead of just going with one thing, I know this is like sounding counterintuitive when you say that focus your energy on one thing, but some of you are already maybe in their lifetime that you have one solid resource and you're good with it, but you want to multiply it. Okay, so this can require you to now start thinking creatively. What else can be done without just putting the whole thing into one other thing? It can be like take a little portion of it and put it into other things, small different investments that can actually work out. This is this next 4 weeks energy. So you can look into it. This doesn't mean just divide everything just to 7 pieces. It doesn't mean that, okay? It means that maybe start looking into it. And what will that bring to you in the long term? We have the Death card here. So this is the death of your past negative situation, okay? Because that's why the Death card happens. There's a structure that is not really working anymore that comes to an end. This can be, like I said, if you have 7 different things, and when you pull your energy from them, you're going to be able to actually see which one is going to survive by its own and which is going to go away. And or when you divide things up, you can do the same thing again. If you have divisions now, you can just focus on the big thing that you're already making and watch the other 7 things, different things, to survive on their own. If they don't work out, you're going to get this card. And that's actually going to give you clarity and also open you a new pathway so you can form a partnership with the people who really understand how to make these things work, which is a good outcome, because then you're going to get full support. And 2 of Cups is love. Together with this energy, and when you work with the right energies, right people, this is going to really bring your heart's desire when it comes to financials, okay? This is going to be your oracle now. We're going to see what you should be putting your focus on. Okay, because we have a focus problem here. Let's see what you should put your focus on and how can you do that, and what will be the end result. Okay, we have purity, ice. Clarity. I feel like here purity can be indicative of putting your energy into the most pure. We have number 33 here, 33, and the horse is galloping towards you, which is a wish fulfillment. Number 33, 3 can be creativity. 33, 6 is actually unconditional love. So what would you support with unconditional love? Another thing here is, with this purity, what you should focus on is the way forward is clear. See nature in its purity, let it comfort you, and strip away what is unnecessary. Freeze out what's not of benefit to you at this time. When you look at things clearly, there will be a purity solution. So I feel here that's now just clarified 7 of Cups here. So if you're confused, you have many things going on at this moment, what you should focus on is what's currently working. How can you do that? Discipline your mind, separate your time, and have time for yourself and for your endeavors, for your family, like disciplining, like just dividing everything into pieces and following it up, okay? Do not let it to the chance. Like the chance is not something random. It sounds like it's random, but it's not random, because I've been listening to a lot of Bob Proctor audiobooks recently, and he says the harder that I work, I saw that the luckier I got. So the harder he actually works on his mind first, okay? He's passed, but he didn't used to work like physically carrying stones on his back. That's not what he means. He means like mental powers that he works on. So the harder you discipline your mind and focus it on the subject that you want to manifest, it seems like it is going to come to you faster. And what the blessings that will bring? Clarity. We have 2 ice already. Clarity with a mountain. You're going to actually, if you have an obstacle in front of you in the future, you're going to be able to have the clarity which way to go and how to actually go around the mountain, or maybe make a gap, make a passage in the mountain. So you're going to be able to do it very smoothly and easily with calm energy. You don't have to rush, you don't have to push. You're going to be actually doing it very smoothly, very in a flow energy, okay? I'm going to pull your spirit animal now. We have already owls and fox, and here I think this is a bird. I don't know what kind of a bird this came forward. Birds are good news. So if something is coming forward and coming to an end, know that it's a good news, okay? Because death card is, even though it seems like a sudden destruction or a sudden ending with something, it also symbolizes a system that doesn't work anymore for you, okay? Something maybe taking a lot of energy from you, but not bringing anything in return. And the foxes, they kind of look like cats too, but cats also creative energy. Foxes are shadow work, okay? If there's anything in the shadow, they're going to also come to light here for you. And the owl, like I said, the intuition is guiding you towards that light. Let's see your spirit animal. We have a raccoon. Let's see what the raccoon means here. I know that the minimal thing that I know about them is they love eating food and they like grapes and stuff, and they're very articulate with their hands. They can like grab their food, eat their food. So this is actually very like you know, if you're using your hands to build something, this is a good sign for you to actually use that skill of yours. Another energy they have, yes, exactly, talented, shadowy, in hiding. So do not reveal everything you have until you actually start clearing it and you think that this can also make money for you. Raccoon energy is at play within all artists to greater or lesser degrees. At best, it indicates talent, tenacity, and skillfulness with a particular musical instrument or creative tool. Its shadow side points to an unresolved issue around self-image and success. Okay, we have the shadow with the fox here. So if you're feeling like, okay, I cannot do this, my stuff is not good enough, this is actually coming into your life so you can work with that energy and clear that out, because you're good enough. You're on this planet. You're right here. You're created for a reason, each and every one of us. So you are more than good enough, okay? Other times it limits creativity, the shadow side of it. Am I who my audience thinks I am? So this is like I feel like it sounds like imposter syndrome, which is a syndrome. This is not the reality. So trust that you're always doing the right thing. And in balance, you might feel like a generous friend, and raccoon energy will help you become the exceptional artist that you are. But when you're feeling out of balance, it can create a competitive situation for you. This is, if you would like to bring this animal, this energy into life, you can make new art, make new work. Another thing here is I've been suggesting for the other shadow, like not the shadow, all the other signs that is coming. If you can watch raccoons, meaning doesn't mean like face-to-face watching, it can be also about watching a documentary about them. Go ahead and watch it, observe them, because this is coming to you for a reason. There's a message they're carrying to you. So watch their documentary. Let's see what kind of animals they are. What do they do in crisis moments? And maybe that's going to be also really helpful for you. It's going to give you an inspiration, okay? Now I'm going to pull your affirmation. Oh, we have a beautiful stairway for you. It says, summon the otherworldly. This is, guys, how many mountains you have. Okay, there's no mountain here. 1, 2, 3 mountain. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 mountains here. So it seems like there's a message for you in the mountains. And I saw this person in your cup. They were summoning something. I said, like, there's a hermit energy here standing in between the mountains, and it's showing up here again. So let's see how you can summon the otherworldly, or what the otherworldly is here. You have the power to bring forth energy from all other dimensions. Everything mind-blowing in this realm was brought here by someone daring enough to usher it in, and make this world a stranger, more beautiful plane of existence. So this kind of reminds me of the thinking structure of Tesla or Einstein, and what they used to do, they used to meditate in between their takes, like in between their like 40 minutes and stuff, their study, to actually receive divine information, okay? And I think it's been noted for some of them, actually just put them on the paper as well. So this is suggesting, go ahead and give it a try. It will be helpful, okay? Right, my beautifuls, that's all for today. Hope you enjoy your reading. And if you do, don't forget to give this one a thumbs up. And if you want to see more of these, go ahead and subscribe to my channel. I wish you all a magical day. Bye.